This is a top 10 player of all time. This is a top 3 scorer in the history of basketball. He's that elite. We keep forgetting that he was out the better part of 2 years because of that torn Achilles tendon that he suffered against the Toronto Raptors in the finals when he went down permanently. He was out the entire year. We keep forgetting prior to that in Oklahoma City, he had missed a huge chunk of time because of injuries that he sustained. When this brother is on the court, he's a career 27.2 per game scorer. That's 6th all time behind Jordan, Wilt, Luka, Embiid, and Elgin Baylor. That's 6th all time. We're looking at 4 NBA scoring titles. Only Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain had more, doggy. We're looking at 2 NBA Finals MVPs. Only Jordan, LeBron, Shaq, Magic, and Tim Duncan had more. This is who we're talking about when we talk about Kevin Durant.
Winning.
I made history. Crown me, please, says Kevin Durant. Anoint me. Anoint me. Anyways, though, this is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Kevin Durant getting praised for making history on the Suns. Kevin Durant eclipsed 30,000 points in his NBA career. Despite that, Kevin Durant is nowhere close to winning another NBA championship in his NBA career. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So, here it is. Where does Kevin Durant rank all time? I'm going to say Kevin Durant ranks somewhere between the top 15 to top 20 players all time. Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player all time. I know a lot of Kevin Durant fanboys like to tell me that Kevin Durant absolutely belongs in the discussion for top 10 basketball players all time, but that is simply a myth. It's not reality. Kevin Durant is nowhere close to being a top 10 basketball player. Now, maybe if Kevin Durant won on his own, I would consider that, but Kevin Durant is definitely not a top 10 basketball player all time. There are probably 15 players better than Kevin Durant all time. I can think of several players better than Kevin Durant when you think about the history of the NBA. This is not me knocking on Kevin Durant. This is me speaking the truth about Kevin Durant's NBA career. How many MVP awards has Kevin Durant won? 1. How many NBA championships has Kevin Durant won? 2. How many has Kevin Durant won on his own as the main guy? 0. I can tell you firsthand as a Warriors fan that Kevin Durant was not the leader on the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry was the leader on the Golden State Warriors. He was the face of the franchise. The Golden State Warriors built their team around Steph Curry. You didn't hear people say that the Golden State Warriors built their team around Kevin Durant. When you think about the face of the franchise, you think about Steph Curry before you even get to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant on his own has never won an NBA championship. Since Kevin Durant left the Golden State Warriors, he has done nothing but been a disappointment for teams year in and year out. Is he a great player individually speaking? Of course. Do you know who else was a great player individually speaking but never really won anything significant? Carmelo Anthony. Kevin Durant has been Carmelo Anthony 2.0 ever since he left the Golden State Warriors. There really is not a lot of positive things to say about Kevin Durant as a basketball player. I understand that Kevin Durant has been putting up excellent numbers on the Phoenix Suns this year, but we all know that Kevin Durant is a scoring machine. Do you know who else was a scoring machine during his time in the NBA? Carmelo Anthony. Just because you're a scoring machine does not mean that you are an all-time great basketball player. Stephen A. Smith is getting himself confused right now because he is saying that Kevin Durant is a top 10 basketball player all time. The man is clearly overreacting to Kevin Durant hitting 30,000 points. I'm not trying to take anything away from Kevin Durant's legacy scoring wise. We all know that Kevin Durant is a scoring machine, but when you want to talk about the all-time greats, Kevin Durant is not in the top 10 conversation. That's just the truth. He has never won an NBA championship as the main guy on a franchise. Kevin Durant has had more all-star help than anybody else in NBA history, with the exception of maybe LeBron James. But outside of maybe LeBron James, Kevin Durant has had stacked rosters year in and year out, and he has done nothing but underachieve year in and year out. I also want to show you guys this clip of Stephen A. Smith going fanboy mode on Kevin Durant. He raved about Kevin Durant as a person, and he basically respected the heck out of his legacy. He tried to talk up the impact Kevin Durant has made on the NBA. Roll the film.
Kevin Durant is good people. He's a great ambassador for the game of basketball. Okay, he's never cheated the game. When he's on the court, he's on the court. When we question his leadership ability, meaning somebody like me, it was because of the apparent inability for him to peel out maximum effort from others he may have had around him for one reason or another. The way we saw Jordan do it, the way we believed we saw Kobe do it after Shaq departed when he went to 3 straight and won 2 straight, okay? All of those things. But Kevin Durant, the basketball player, the individual exceptional talent that he is, exceptional is underrating him. He's sensational. He's an all-timer. Top 10 all-time, top 3 player scorer argument. I'm not talking about stats. I'm talking about ability. 6'11", 7 feet, with that repertoire of skills. Who's been able to put that together? Very few people on the planet Earth. That's who Kevin Durant is.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Excuse me? Kevin Durant never cheated the game? Are we going to act like Kevin Durant never jumped ship to the Golden State Warriors after blowing a 3-1 lead against that same team? I remember OKC had a golden opportunity to win an NBA championship that year. If they get past the Golden State Warriors, they may have had an excellent shot to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2016 NBA Finals, but instead, Kevin Durant says, I want to quit on OKC and join the Golden State Warriors. That was one of the weakest moves ever in NBA history. Nobody really respects Kevin Durant when you talk about his greatness. We all know that Kevin Durant is a great individual player, but when you think about Kevin Durant's impact on a franchise, what fans really respect Kevin Durant in that sense? The casual NBA fan has no respect left for Kevin Durant. Heck, I have no respect left for Kevin Durant because whenever the going gets tough, he just quits on his team. I remember Golden State tried to keep the guy in 2019, and Kevin Durant essentially bailed on the Golden State Warriors because he wanted to win an NBA championship on his own. Kevin Durant ends up forming a big 3 in Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. What happened during his tenure on the Nets? Kevin Durant missed the entire first season because he had a torn Achilles, which, okay, I'll give Kevin Durant a pass, but then the first year Kevin Durant is actually able to play basketball, they end up falling short in the second round of the NBA playoffs against the Bucks. Granted, Kevin Durant balled out in that Game 7. Unfortunately for Kevin Durant, that is the closest he ever got to winning an NBA championship because the following year, Kevin Durant ends up getting swept in round 1 of the NBA playoffs to the Celtics, and then after that, he quit on the Brooklyn Nets mid-season and demanded a trade. He ends up going to the Phoenix Suns. They end up losing in 6 games in the second round of the NBA playoffs to the Denver Nuggets. Kevin Durant didn't show up when it mattered most, and then last year happened. Kevin Durant ends up getting his team swept in round 1 of the NBA playoffs to the Minnesota Timberwolves. But then you look at them this year, they're on pace to miss the NBA playoffs entirely. They might not even make the play-in tournament. That's how far the Suns have fallen off. The Phoenix Suns were a team that were 2 wins away from winning the NBA Finals back in the 2021 NBA season, but instead they tried to go all in on Kevin Durant, and he has failed massively. Kevin Durant is somewhere in the top 15 to 20 range. If Kevin Durant doesn't like where I have him ranked, then go prove me wrong, Kevin Durant. Go win a championship on your own as the main guy, but I know you're not going to do it. He didn't do it in OKC, he didn't do it on the Nets, and he damn sure isn't doing it on the Phoenix Suns. It's not going to happen anytime soon. So that is why I rank Kevin Durant somewhere between the top 15 to 20 range, as he has been an underachiever ever since he left the Golden State Warriors back in the summer of 2019. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I'm gonna shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, Check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.